Okay, Sasmo questions like grade 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and you will see that there's a lot of similarities between the questions. Okay, and that's why if you are serious to sit for Sasmo, you need to practice at least 3, 4 year past papers. Okay, anyway, so I'm not going to solve immediately. Okay, Rahim, Wagif, Zubeda, I'm going to give you some time, maybe 2 minutes, maximum 3 minutes. You have a look and first give a try, and at least you remember that question. All right, if I just here I solve you and show you, and immediately you may forget the questions. Okay, all right.
Are these Sasmo style questions?
No, these are Sasmo questions actually from 2014.
Ah, okay.
Okay, as you know, the Sasmo started in 2013. 13 somehow I could not find that S1 paper, S2 papers. I'm still looking for the paper, but now I collected some papers from 2014 till 2018. Okay, but this is a question, and there are 25 questions, and you are given 100 minutes. That means that on average you have to spend 4 minutes for each question. Doesn't mean that for each question maybe 4 minutes. For some question you can answer maybe in 1 minute, but some questions it may take more than 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so let's start then. All right, Zubaida, are you here?
Yes.
Good. Are you ready?
No,
No, why not?
I don't know because I don't know what kind of questions they are, and I'm a little bit scared maybe.
Very easy questions, Zubaida, very easy questions, but different questions. Okay, as you practice maybe like 20, 30 questions, and after that you will have some idea how to approach the question, how to solve them. All right, they are not so hard and also not so easy. Okay, you need to practice how to think differently, and when you see the questions you will see them actually. Let's start with this question. Questions 1 to 25, 1 point for each question. So if you answer like more than 20 questions correctly, that means that you get gold, right? Okay, so you have 2 minutes, starts. Actually, it's 1 minute question.
Hello, Mr. Kasim.
Hi, Adnan. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. Adnan, we have just started the class. Okay, today we are practicing Sasmo questions. As you see, Sasmo 2014 S1. S1 means grade 7, okay? So we have just started and you
Yeah.
have 1 minute to have a look at this question. If you know the answer, and just drop your answer in the chat box, all right? If you answer the question
Okay.
before the time is up. Okay, Adnan?
Okay.
Adnan, your answer is correct. Rahim, correct. Zubaida?
I'm so stupid. How did I not get this off the spot as soon as I saw it?
Okay, time is up, guys. Zubaida, do you have any answer?
No.
Okay, it's like Fibonacci numbers, right? As you see here, if you just add 2 plus 1, we get 3. 1 plus 3, we get 4. 3 plus 4, it is 7. Rahim, can you state the rule here? What is the rule here in this number sequence?
Add the last two numbers together.
Good. Start with 2 and 1. And just to get the next term, we have to add two preceding terms, right? We say preceding terms and successive terms, right? Okay, so 4 plus 7, then the answer should be 11 because 4 plus 7 is 11. So the answer is 11. Good. Moving to next question. All right. You have 2 minutes. Read and try to understand and do it. Rahim, correct. Adnan, Wagif, any answer?
Is this a coincidence or
I'm
if
writing.
I'm gonna say it after we're done with the time. I think it should be a coincidence, or maybe it's just a trick.
Mister, I'm doing the lowest common factor right now.
Zubaydah, no.
Should I send you, Mister?
Adnan, it asks the product of the highest common factor and lowest common multiple, right? The product. What is product? What does product mean? Multiplication.
Yeah. Sorry.
Can I say the coincidence?
Yes.
Wait.
Look at the numbers 8 and 12. Try to multiply them.
Okay.
Multiply
Mister, mate. The highest one I wrote.
All right. Wagif, no, it is
Is
wrong.
it correct?
Try multiplying 8 and
Rahim,
12.
The highest
actually,
one.
Rahim, you are saying that it's a coincidence. It's not a coincidence, actually. If I write, for example, 8 instead of 8, how about if I tell you, for example, let's say 42 and the 75? Okay, instead of 8, how would you find this answer? Or instead of 42, let's say 300, for example, let's say 360. Okay, so in general, maybe Rahim, you actually calculated highest common multiple of 8 and 12, right? And highest common factor of 8 and 12.
I did like
What is
this.
it? Is equal to 4. And
4 and
least
24.
common multiple of 8 and 12, what is it? Is equal
24.
to 24, right? And the year product is 96, which is equal to 8 and 12. But in general, if you're given two numbers, always, this is true, highest common factor of two numbers, let's say A and B, times least common multiple of A and B is always equal to A times B.
We're supposed to do it like this.
Actually, you're supposed to do it like this.
Okay.
And that is the fastest way because, okay, here 8 and 12, maybe in 2015, they asked bigger number. Maybe 2018, bigger number. So that now you should get some idea because as you know, Sasmo started in 2013 and the first and second year questions not so hard. But year by year, it is getting a bit harder and harder. Not very hard, but similar, but sometimes, I mean, because you have a lot of questions, you have idea, right? So that's in general, it is true, but I can prove this, but it takes time, maybe later if you have time. In general, it is true, okay? Because the reason is when you're calculating the highest common factor, if you write A as, for example, let's say we have the first prime number 2, and it is power is, let's say exponent is P1, and the second prime number is 3, power is P2, and here we have, let's say 5, P3. And how about B? Let's say 2 to the power of Q1, and 3 to the power of Q2, and 5 to the power of Q3, dot continues, right? To find the highest common factor, we need to choose the smaller of these numbers, right? And multiply them, right? And to find the least common multiple, we need to choose bigger of them, either this or this. But if you just multiply A by B, that means we just get the product of the right-hand side. That's why highest common factor times least common multiple of two numbers always equal to the product of those numbers. So the answer is 96. Okay. All right. Let's move to the next question. 2 minutes.
But how do you do y minus 8?
I don't know.
I think you need the number, no?
Yes.
How are we supposed to do this?
Just you need to know small thing about the property of non-negative numbers, Rahim.
Oh, wait, what? Wait 1 second.
Time is up. Adnan, Wagir, Zubeyda, Rahim.
Wait 1 second, 1 second. I think.
Hello, mister.
Hi.
Sorry I was late. I had an extra Zeri lesson.
You had what?
I had an extra
You
Zeri
really
lesson.
joined that, Ali?
Yes.
Why? We have a
I
lesson.
didn't know that we had a lesson. I joined it. It finished.
It's finished.
Wagir, we are solving Sasmo questions. We are at question 3 right now.
It's
Okay.
not me, mister.
All right. If no
It's
answer,
Ali who
let's
put
do
my
like
name.
this. Huh?
It's Ali who put my name. Ali, change your name.
Why?
Because mister doesn't understand that then.
Put Ali there. You put. Okay, I'll put Ali. You put Wagir.
No, I don't understand, Mr. Qasim.
Here, Rahim, look, if I ask you one question, Rahim, before I continue, suppose that A is real number and the A squared is equal to 0. What is A? That means what number square is equal to 0 or can be 0?
Minus 0.5? No. Minus.
It is 0 because 0 squared only is equal to 0. If you
Wait.
substitute anything for non-zero number for A as square root, it will be it's never equal to 0. Number 1. And number 2 is the second observation is if you multiply a number by itself, which is a squared, it is always non-negative. It's never negative, right? For example, negative 2 squared. What is it? It is 4, right? Or negative 1 squared is equal to 1. And 0 squared is equal to 0.
Okay.
So what is the minimum value of a squared is equal to 0? It's
So
never
y is
negative.
gonna be y is gonna be equal to y.
Yes, here that thing, something squared is always non-negative, right? And also square root of something under the square root, we know that we cannot write negative number. So it should be 0 or greater than 0. That means that also is always non-negative. When the sum of two non-negative numbers is equal to 0, if and only if those numbers are zeros. Otherwise, it's never equal to 0. Why? Because if this one is greater than 0, for example, 5, and at 0, it is 5. It's not equal to 0. So that means that this equation is equal to 0 if and only if this x plus 7 squared is equal to 0 and y squared of 8 should be equal to 0. When x plus 7 squared is equal to 0, if x equals negative 7. And when square root of y minus 8 is equal to 0, if and only if y is equal to 8. So the answer is x equals negative 7, y is equal to 8. Now check the answer. Negative 7 minus plus 7, 0. 0 squared, 0. 8 minus 8, 0. Square root of 0 is equal to 0. Okay? Zubayda, is it clear? Did you understand?
Yes, I got it.
Rahim, any question? Adnan, Wagif, is everything okay? Ali?
Yes, mister.
Yes.
Okay then, guys, let's move to the next question. Now you are
Yes,
getting more
mister.
experience. Next time, if you have this kind of question, I hope. And next time also, they may ask in this way, Rahim. For example, how about like this? Absolute value of 3x minus 2, for example, plus y minus 7 squared, okay, or plus square root of 2z minus 1 is equal to 0. Now the question is, what is x over y plus z, for example? Okay, so now since actually this one is always non-negative, also y minus 7 squared non-negative, square root of 2z minus 1 non-negative, the only answer is here, that thing, this x should be equal to 2 over 3. That is equal to 0. Here y should be equal to 7. And here z should be equal to 1 over 2. Now if you substitute here, 2 over 3 is divided by 7 plus 1 over 2, which is equal to, this one is 2 over 21 plus 1 over 2. That's equal to 4 plus 21 over 42. That's equal to 25 over 42, for example. Okay, these numbers, it may scare you, but it's very simple question, right? Just you need to use the idea that if a squared plus b squared is equal to 0, and then a must be equal to 0, and b must be equal to 0. Zubayda, can you hear me? Ali, can you hear me?
Yes, mister. Yes, I can.
Yeah, because Rahim disappeared, I thought we have internet connection. Okay, if you can hear me well. Ali, can you hear me well?
Yes, mister. I can hear you well. Rahim left the lesson.
Okay, I think he has internet connection problem today. Guys, next question. Let's continue. How about
Mister,
this?
can you go back, please, for 1 second, mister? I want a screenshot.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. 1 second. Okay, thank you.
Next question. This is 1.5 minute question. Okay. First read it well, and after that write your answer in the chat box. We will discuss after 1 minute and 23 seconds. Rahim, good. Let's see if others can remember or not, Rahim. Rahim, that question is for you. Suppose that now we are not actually, instead of 2013, if I write 2020, okay, or 2019, let's say, the last day of 2019 was a Tuesday. What will be the last day of 2014? How would you answer this question? I mean, 2020. Still, your answer would be the same or different?
Mr. May I answer?
Yes.
The last day of 2013 was a Tuesday, right?
Uh-huh.
There are 365 days in 2014. In what day of the week will 2014 end, right? It will be on Wednesday.
So the answer is Wednesday. Why?
Because after
360
another year, like Mr. Every year, the day changes one more day or two for
not every year, not every year. If our year is not a leap year, right? Because as I asked, for example, let's say instead of this 2013, if you write 2019, okay, everything is the same, all right. And also, I'm not saying this one. And let's say the last day of 2019 was Tuesday. And in what day of the week will 2020, for example, end? Here, the answer will be what? The answer will be Thursday. Why? Because in 2020, right, it's a leap year and we have 366 days. Because in February in 2020, we have, or we
Mr.
had.
Rahim wrote, I didn't see anything. I froze the chat.
Yeah, because Rahim, I think you have internet connection problem. I think we are okay, right? Okay, good. Anyway, guys, here, just the only thing is, if our year is leap year or not, you should actually pay attention to this, okay? If it is leap year, we have 366 days. Maybe in this year, they may not tell you how many days do we have in that year. Okay, let's continue. Next question. That is also a little bit tricky question. Let's see how you answer this question. You have 2 minutes. Zubeda, I'm hoping that you can answer this question correctly, if you are there.
I'm trying.
Rahim 6, Adnan 6, Zubeda 7. Zubeda's answer is the biggest one because it's asking the maximum number, right? Zubeda, how did you get 7?
Just as you know, when you cut 3 straight lines, you get maximum of 7.
How? How did you cut like that?
Just cut, like if you cut, I don't know how to explain this.
And Rahim, I think directly Adnan, Zubeda, Adnan, Rahim, we just actually cut this into 3, right? Rahim, are you cutting like this? Here, this is our circular disc. right? Adnan also, did you cut just like this? 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Me
Rahim, how about you? Also the same? Okay. Uh, yes, yes, yes. Yes, Rahim, what's your problem today? You have internet connection, that's good. Guys, I will make a trick here. Okay. Here, it's not saying how you are going to cut this, right? It says that what is the maximum number of parts that can be obtained from cutting a circular disc using 3 straight cuts. The condition here is 3 straight cuts. Okay, suppose that is our circular disc. Let me just put this on a table. All right. And number 1, I cut from here. All right. Now I have 2 halves, right? I have already cut this into 2 pieces. And after that, I cut from here. All right. Now, how many pieces do we have? Here we have 4 pieces, right? So actually, I can remove this. How about if you just take them on each other? All right. And I will just have like 4 pieces together. So I will have this kind of pieces. Under this, we have 3 more pieces, okay? And now here we have 3 more pieces inside under this. And after that, my third cut will be like this from here. So under this, we have 2 more. Under this, here we have 2 more. How many pieces now we have? Since it is 4, now here we have 8 parts. So the answer is 8. Adnan, did you understand?
Yes.
I
Wagif, how
didn't see
about you?
anything.
Yes, Mr. Wait, I'm screenshotting also.
Rahim, did you understand the trick here? I mean, the point? Okay. Yes, Rahim, I think you have internet connection problem. Maybe you need to restart your computer or something. Okay, it's the first time. Anyway, Zebeda, Wagib, Adnan, if you understood, you're going to have this similar question. Almost every Sasmo question, they ask this kind of question. Okay, that's the trick here. All right, now we have 4 parts. Now if you just stack them over each other, and after that make your third cut, right? And we will have 8 pieces. So maximum with 3 straight cuts, we can actually have 8 parts. Next question. Okay, that's a little bit question about business. All right, I will give you 3.5 minutes. Have a look and do some calculation and try. No. Any answer? Rahim, Adnan, Wagib, Zubayda, guys, any answer? Did you understand the question?
Mister, what about me?
It's Ali.
Rahim froze, Mister. What? I need to take a screenshot. Wait, Mister. Wait, Mister. Wait. Here. One more. So, thank you.
Rahim, I think he had a problem today with the internet, so
Yeah.
okay. Anyway, guys,
The
let me
best
just explain.
photo.
Here, maybe also later we will study this kind of things, okay? So now you should understand one simple thing, okay? When I just say, let me explain here, and I'll continue in the next page. Then we have more space. Okay. So simply, what is our profit? Profit is selling price minus cost price. And how about loss? Loss equals cost price minus selling price, right? And I'm just going to use very simple formula. What is this? And sometimes, for example, let's say Adnan buys something, for example, let's say for $100, okay? And it can be a bicycle. Adnan buys a bicycle for $100, and after 1 month, actually he didn't like this. He wanted to sell to somebody else. Let's say to Ali. Ali says that you have already used this bike. I cannot give you $100. I will give you $80. Okay. So actually, Adnan paid $100. So that is the cost price of the bicycle. And selling this to Ali, that is a selling price. Okay. So which one is greater? Cost price is greater than selling price because he spent what is it? $100, now earning only $80. So now here he has a loss here, right? Loss, how much? It is $20. Now if you want to express his loss as a percentage, right? That is just 100 or 20 over 100 times 100%. So that's equal to 20%. Okay. Now the second scenario, how about actually he bought that bicycle for $100 and sell this to somebody else for $115. Now he spent $100 and sold this for $115, right? He earned some money here. So he has profit here. What is his profit? Profit is $15. Okay. All right. Just I'm going to use very simple.
Mister.
Yes.
Rahim had the answer.
Yeah, Rahim has the answer, but it's the wrong answer.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's continue.
He
Let's
didn't
get
profit or lose.
to our question. Now the first one, it says that now we have two items, right? This one is item one. And in each case, actually, we says that a man bought two paintings and then sold them for $300. So actually here, the cost price, I don't know how much he paid for this. Let's say it is X dollars. But we know the selling price here. The selling price is $300. In the first case, he says that he made a profit of 20% for the first painting. And what is the cost price is X. So that means that here he paid X dollars and also he made 20% profit. That is 20% profit, right? Together, that is equal to $300. And 20% means 0.2. 1x plus 0.2x, that's equal to 1.2x. On the right hand side, we have 300. Now from here, what is x? X equals 300 over 1.2. That's equal to $250. That means that the man bought that article, the first article, for $250 and sold it for $300. So he made a profit of, what is his profit? Profit is $50. In the second case, actually, Again, the cost price, we don't know. Let's say his cost price is $Y. And selling price in the question is saying that a man bought two paintings and then sold them for $300 each. And also here, the selling price of the second item is also 300 each, right? Now it says in the question, but a loss of 20%, the second one, right? He's losing some money. That means that he paid Y dollars, and again, he's losing some money. That is 20% of Y dollars. That is equal to $300. So now 20% means 0.2. 1y minus 0.2y, that's equal to 0.8y. On the right hand side, we have 300. Now, if you find y here, y is equal to 300 over 0.8 multiplied by 5. If you multiply by 5, here we have 1,500 multiplied by 5, it is 4. That's equal to $375. Okay, so what is the loss here? Actually, he bought the article for $375 and sold this for $300. So here he has a loss here. The loss is $75, right? So here the profit $50 and loss is more, $75. So how much he's losing here? He is losing $25. So the answer is, what is it? Did he make a profit or a loss? So he made a loss of $25. Rahim, we cannot hear you. Okay, Zubayda, Wagif, Ali, did you understand a little bit?
Yes, mister, yes.
Very good, guys. If you really understood Zubayda, any
I
questions?
muted myself. I don't know how.
Wagif, shut up.
Okay, let's continue. Guys,
Yeah,
if you
I
have no
got it.
question, let's continue. Next question. Okay, very easy question. You have one. Okay, let's not do this. Okay, do it together. I will ask you the next question for you. Here, this x plus square root of x plus square root of x, this goes to infinity, right? Here, the idea is, since we are talking about infinity to infinity, if you add something, if you subtract something, nothing changes. If I just close the first root, as you see here, the inside, right? Also, this should be equal to 2 because the whole thing is equal to 2. Then our equation becomes here x plus 2 is equal to 2. So we know that since x plus 2 equals 2, square root of what number is 2? It is 4. So x plus 2 is equal to 4. That means that this x should be 2. So the answer is 2. Okay, Zubayda. All right, let's continue. Next question, guys. Now you have 3 minutes to answer this question.
Mr. Kazım, I
A little
didn't
bit
hear
tricky
you.
question, but not so hard, okay? Okay, start now. Rahim. Ali, are you solving? Do you understand the question?
Yes, mister. Mister, you mean we should divide 365 days into A, B, C? Or what?
Are you asking about question 8?
Yes.
No, here question 8, 2014 is factored like this: A times B times C, where
Mhm.
A is less than B, B is less than C. In
Mhm.
such a way, in how many different ways we can write 2014 as a product of three numbers, three whole numbers?
The start, the middle, and the end, for example.
You need to write in such a way that A should be less than B, B should be less than C.
And so it's our opinion, the how we write.
Yeah.
Okay, mister, I'll send you the answer.
Mister,
Yes.
I like partially got it, but like, can you explain again, please, one more time?
Explain the solution or the question?
The question. Okay.
I send you at the same time as the timer.
Okay. All right. I think you didn't understand the question.
I don't understand anything Rahim is writing.
Here, look, here, 2014 number one, in how I can write 2014 as a product of three numbers. So 2014, I can write it as 2 because even number, 1007. And 1007, we can write it as 2 times 19 times 53. You can just check this, all right, because how do I know that? If you ask me, how do I know that this 1007 is a product of 19 and 53? Now we just keep dividing by some okay. Like prime numbers. To 1007, it's not divisible by 3. It's not divisible by 5 because last digit is not 0 and 5. It's not divisible by 11 because next prime number is 11. It's not divisible by 13. It's not divisible by 17. But when you divide by 19, it is divisible by 19. And the answer is 53. So that means that one way is I can write this 2014 as 2 times 19 times 53. And suppose that this one is A, this one is B, this one is C. As you see here, 2 is less than 19. 19 is less than 53. In a different way, can I just write 2014 as a product of three numbers? Yes, another one is I
Yes,
can
mister.
take a little bit trick. This 2, right? I can write it as 1 times 2. I can write it as 1 times 2 times 19, 38 times 53. Again, if you multiply, that's equal to 2014. I have another way. Here we have 2014. I can write it as 1 times 19 times multiply 53. This gives this 2 to 53. And here
How,
we have
mister?
106.
What did you multiply it to?
I mean, this 2, right? I can just, because here, if you're given like this, A times B times C, I can write it as B times A times C, right? Or I can write it
Yeah.
as B times C times A.
All the
Doesn't
way.
change anything.
Yeah.
So this 2, it is 1 times 2. And first I multiply this 2 by 19. Here we have 38. Result does not change.
Yeah, okay.
1
Okay,
times 2,
yeah.
I
I
multiply
got it.
53 by 2. But actually, we don't
Okay, thank you.
other way because these numbers 2, 90, 53, they are prime numbers. So how many ways do we have here? Only
3.
different ways, which can actually satisfy this condition. So the answer is, it is 3. Okay. Good, guys. Let's move on to the next question. We are running out of time. Okay, let's see. Maybe we'll finish today's club with question 9 or 10. What's question 10? All right. Question 9. Okay, first have a look and think. After that, we will discuss. You have 3 minutes. Any answer, guys? Time is up. More than 3 minutes. Okay, guys, let's do it together. Rahim, your answer is not correct. And after that, I will finish today's class. Before I continue this, okay, let me just draw a line, do something here. And let's say s equals 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot dot. Here we have n minus 1 plus m. What is it? It is the sum of the first n natural numbers. The question is, Adnan, no, that's not correct. The question is, how do you calculate this sum? If I just write this sum in reverse order, okay, here, the last digit is n. The previous digit is n minus 1. And the previous digit is n minus 2, continuous. Here I have 2, and here we have 1. Now, if we just add them side by side, what we have here? S plus S is equal to 2S. N plus 1, here we have n plus 1. 2 plus n minus 1 is equal to n plus 1. Dot, dot, continue. N minus 1 plus 2, it is n plus 1. And n plus 1, here we have n plus 1, right? And we know that in math, if we have a plus a plus a, I can write it as 3 times a. Like this, how many terms actually we have here? Here we have n terms, right? Because starting from 1 ends n, we are just pairing these numbers. So that means now I can write it as 2 times s equals n times n plus 1. Now, if you divide both sides by 2, and I will get this formula. Here we have m, n plus 1 over 2. That is the sum of the first n natural numbers. Okay. So now in the question, it says that at the workshop, there are 27 participants. Each of them shakes hand once with one another. How many handshakes are there? Okay. Now here we have these guys, the first guy and the second guy and blah, blah. Okay. So if you just pick the first guy and remaining number of the people is 26, he shakes his hand with 26 people. Now, how many handshakes he made? Or he made 26. Okay, now he's gone. Now the remaining people is 26. So number 26 shakes his hand with the remaining people. How many handshakes? He makes 25 handshakes. And number 3 with the remaining people, that is 24. And it's continuous. And the last person, right? And 2 more people left. Actually, this guy shakes with his hand. So this one is actually only 1. So how many handshakes actually we made here then? It is 1 plus 2 plus dot dot plus 25 plus 26. It's just the sum of the first and natural numbers. And we know how to find this. It's just equal to 26 times 27 over 2. 26 over 2, that's equal to 13. 27 and 10 times 27, 270. 3 times 27, that is 81. So the answer is 351. So at this party, how many handshakes are there or made? Let's say, actually there are 351 handshakes. Okay, Ali, Zubaydah, Wagi, Ibrahim, did you understand something?
Yes, Mr.
1 second, Mister. I need to screenshot. Okay.
All right.
Rahim is writing. I don't understand anything.
Okay, Rahim has a problem.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, what can we do, Rahim? What can we do? Anyway, guys, I will finish today's class. All right, 2 minutes left, but if we continue, it takes more time. So that was just a kind of break. We will finish this one next time, maybe. After that, we will continue our class. Again, after 2 weeks, again, we will practice some
Mr.
Sasmo
Rahim said that,
questions.
can you upload this to YouTube?
Yes, I will, of course. I will actually, I'm uploading all the videos. I already shared the link. All our past videos are in that, what is it? Playlist. Okay, if you just open, all the videos are there. Honestly, I will upload this, but tomorrow. Today I don't have time. It takes time. Uploading takes time. I will do that tomorrow. Okay. Thank you very much. I will see you next week. Enjoy your weekend. Okay, if you have time, practice some questions from exercise.
Okay.
What is it? Chapter 9. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.